What's exciting about a brand with the legacy and heritage of Ralph Lauren and the man himself is that he's aware of what makes him who he is, which is classic, timeless tailoring, designed to make you look and feel good. You know, you wear a suit like this, I don't do anything, the suit does it.
Certainly, Ralph Lauren finds a way to be timeless, yet still reinventing itself, building on tradition. I mean, it's got a solid foundation, and I think, you know, the adage, you have to know the rules to break the rules. I think Ralph Lauren certainly knows the rules, and it shows.
O Ralph Lauren, para mim, é uma para muito além de designer. Ele é uma pessoa que representa e conseguiu representar a cultura americana como poucas pessoas. Eu acho que talvez ele é o único que é capaz de fazer isso. Seja qual for a divisão, Double Royale, Purple Label ou Polo, ele consegue fazer uma coisa aspiracional, desejável e íntima ao mesmo tempo.
I think Ralph's style is just so timeless and elevated that no matter the time period we're in, it just feels classic. Like every look tonight is just so perfectly timeless.
It's really encouraging to explore, you know, the horizon and, you know, push the boundaries. At the same time, you know, it doesn't shout, you know, the style doesn't need to shout aloud. It's more like whispering the wisdom, identity, and history, you know, so I love it.
To have been so relevant in the fashion game or industry, to be more proper, I think it does take a lot of innovation while remaining classic. And the way I think he does it so well is by maintaining the tradition, but also introducing it and wearing the pieces that are considered as classic in such a like innovative way of wearing it, where it's like, okay, I know I have this piece. So there's always so many inspirations from every collection because we all have like that one classic piece that gets reinvented by just accessorizing with something new and fresh. And I think that's one of the things, that's why he is so good at what he does.
So the presentation is amazing. There's an ease to what Ralph Lauren has done this season. It's a destructured, deconstructed elegance, which was fabulous for me because my big sort of style references would be sort of mid-20th century film stars, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant. The way that they wore clothes was effortless, but so stylish. And I saw that in the collection today. It's formal, but it's effortless.
I think you can see the great quality and linen or wool, just like on every single one who's walking around the plaza today. And everyone looks beautiful. I feel beautiful today, so I feel like this really helps me, to be the best version of myself. And I feel all these ingredients or all these materials are part of it to feel comfortable in your own skin. I think the innovation these days is staying true to yourself.
Walking into Ralph's Palazzo is like coming home, if a home were the most luxurious, tasteful example of living that you could imagine.
I'm fortunate where this is my third time at the Palazzo, and every time, I'm just in awe of how I'm in a completely other country and I still feel like I'm walking into, a Ralph Lauren world.
When I walked into the Palazzo, it's the guests, the ambiance, everyone is dressed so chic, elegant, and you can feel the energy in the room. And that's something that speaks volume when you go to an event and already feel the energy before you get introduced to anybody.
When I step into this building with this whole, environment, I feel like, it's really like inviting, like welcoming me. I feel like this whole place represents the sense of family, bonding.
I see some kind of like a tuxedo feel towards the back there, the leather jackets, but also the nautical stuff up front. That works for evening in my view. I've got an affection for the nautical wear. I grew up as a sailor and on boats, and it's a big part of my personal family's culture, and so I certainly see day to night in that respect. And the the cuts of the look. So outside of coloration, you have fits that go right into dinner.
My dad works in horse racing. I grew up riding horses, so there's something kind of special about that. And I just love how the preppiness of it all, and it's so classic.
I was always in the little polos growing up. My brother and I in like polo rugbies growing up. And being here tonight, just such a beautiful brand, such a beautiful special night. Like, I'm privileged to be here.
I live in Miami, I'm based in Miami, and also originally from the Caribbean, so linen is something that I grew up with wearing. So seeing it, you know, in clothes that have such a volume of not only quality, but standard of design, it's just always a pleasure to see any spring summer collection from Ralph Lauren, because it's just so well put together. They're very chic, islandy, but also French Riviera. So it's very versatile pieces that are well made and well designed.
I love all the shorts in the collection this year, and I'm not opposed to going out to dinner in a nice pair of shorts, as long as you style it right. So yeah, I think I'd add a sport coat, I'd add a tie, and be ready for the night.
My earliest memories are, you know, I was coming of age in the 90s, so a hip-hop head. You know, Ralph Lauren and Polo were a big part of culture that influenced me, and then that branched into lifestyle, New England, Oceanside, American classics, prep school, which I did attend. So it's very much like in this academic home front porch, New England coastline aesthetic that was all around me at a certain part of my life. So it was some of it I had to go find through external culture, and some of it was just wrapped around me for my teenage years.
A gente aspira essa vida a partir dessas lentes do Ralph Lauren, e para mim é um prazer muito grande estar aqui e ver de perto tudo que eu imaginava